Samurai Champloo is a show made by the same team that made Cowboy Bebop. Better than Cowboy Bebop in my opinion. It's got this great sense of style and a really whole journey that makes it feel very unique. But horseshit, what's the story? The show follows three not-so-common travelers. A young girl named Fu, a stoic man named Jin, and a rough-around-the-edges bad boy named Mugen. Yeah, I don't know either. Fu's goal is to meet a samurai who smells of sunflowers, and through a series of events, she gets the aid of Mugen and Jin as bodyguards to help her on her journey. Along the way, we meet all sorts of colorful characters, get into some crazy antics, and learn the meaning of friendship. Well, maybe not that last one, but what's great about the show is that it has a really great story. What I like about this team is that they have these one-season shows like Bebop and always make the best of every episode. Nothing feels like a waste of your time. It all feels really engaging and makes you want to come back to it. Another thing that's great are the characters. They're all sort of your typical anime cast, but I don't know, something about their trio and how different they are, also how memorable they are, really make them a fun crew to be around. Not only that, but they got some great backstory to them, especially Jin. For a guy who's very stoic and doesn't emote much, he's surprisingly one of my favorite characters in the show. Another great aspect to the show is the action. And people who know this team know that they can pull off fight scenes well. A lot of people gave Bebop's fights a lot of praise when I was watching it, and I didn't entirely see what they were talking about, but here, it's satisfying to watch. The way their sword sounds, each character's different fighting styles, how they tie it into the stories, the music that goes with it, it's all great stuff. Speaking of the music, I have to mention this show's wonderfully unique style. It's kind of like Lilo and Stitch, where you'd think two so very different things mashing together wouldn't work, but it honestly meshes beautifully. I love the vibes you get with its mix of samurai and old Japan with the hip-hop music and editing. It really gives the show a rougher edge and helps it stand out. Also, just to mention, the filmmaking's pretty top tier. I remember this one episode with a blind woman and Fu has to make a really big decision, and just through the editing and camera shots, you can tell everything she's going through. It's insanely impressive. So yeah, I really like the show, and I'd even put it as one of the best animes ever made. That being said, I do have a couple nitpicks. Without giving too much away, some of the episodes by the end feel very filler, and honestly I'm very iffy on. But it's not the end that's bad, the show's actually got a terrific ending. It just wraps things up pretty perfectly, and I won't spoil as to how. I hear the anime's pretty popular already, but if you haven't checked it out, you should give it a watch. It's definitely something worth your time. So kick back, relax, have a soda, and enjoy the chillaxing vibes that is Samurai Champloo.